You share that a year into your faith, you develop a deep disdain for the black church, and you became consumed with having the approval of the white church. Now, brother, I got to ask you why, because I remember a season of my life feeling the same way. Like, I want the approval, I want the blessings of the white church. And here's why. I'll be real with you, because I felt more supported by white people than I did by black people. But I'm curious, why for you?
I think, because I came up in this, when I first became a Christian, I didn't know there were different subcultures, subgroups. I thought it was just everybody loves Jesus, kumbaya, hold hands and dance. And then so I would go to all kinds of different churches. I didn't really care what ethnicity. I just thought it was this new family. Yeah. And as I would start listening and learning from some of the small town black churches that I would go to, some of the stuff I was hearing was not consistent with what I would hear at these more astute, probably more formally educated pastors in these white churches. And so, I'm a processor. I like to process and think about stuff, and I just am not like, I believe in science and Jesus. So it's it's like how does this work? And so the incompatibility was causing a problem for me early on. And then on top of that, man, I'm just being honest, once some of the white churches and whatnot found out about my gifts and my talents, it's like, wow, you're magical. Come do more things. And you love that feeling,
So I get it. So, all right. So for a season, you went over there, and then eventually, as your platform grew, as you started popping, as you started traveling the world, and I remember, man, I remember booking you for some things, man. I was like, good gracious, this is Lecrae. I remember that an article came out from you, about you on the Washington Post, and it says you are considered to be like a mascot for the white church. When you heard that, bro, as you're traveling, as you're on stage, and you're killing it. I rember seeing you at Celebration Church. I remember seeing you at Randy Bazette Church where we served together. We've been on crazy stages. While you're performing, how did that make you feel that these same people are looking at you as a mascot?
It was rough, man. Just being candidly, it was rough, because you want to be supported by your people. I come from the urban culture. I grew up in a predominantly black environment, and I never wanted to be disdained by my people. I wanted to be appreciated. And when you feel that sense of like, am I a sellout? Am I? Is that what I am? Like, that's a terrible feeling.
Yeah.
And so you just want to make sure that, for me, it was really painful. I just put it like that.
Did you feel like a sellout, bro?
I think internally, I knew there were some things that I did not agree with and I didn't like, but I didn't feel like I was pushing that agenda. But there's some things that were happening that I didn't even realize. Sometimes you don't realize you're being co-opted. Sometimes you don't realize that part of you is being objectified. And all of you is not wanted, but a part of you is. And I saw something earlier, and I saw Kanye West spoke about expository teaching.
Yep.
And it traveled the internet so quickly. But that wasn't the only thing he said in the interview. That's just the only thing that matched the agenda of Christians. And so they co-opted or objectified a piece of him when he's a whole person. And I think that's what I realized was happening to me in some senses.
Wow. Sometimes I'm often called a sellout because I'm connected to Dave Ramsey. I am 98% of our organization is white. I'm from the urban community. My brother, I'm from, San Diego, California. I grew up in the black community, black culture, black church of God in Christ. And man, I've had those long nights of crying, of questioning, am I a sellout? Questioning my assignment for God. Because I felt like, okay, wait, do they only like a part of me? And am I settling just for that part? And I had to really go into counseling and start really asking those hard questions for myself. And so I can relate to your pain, your questions, and what you're going through, because I go through that often, and I often have to ask myself, like, hey, are you being your true, authentic self, Anthony?
Yeah.
And wherever you are, you need to be your true, authentic self. And
Absolutely.
if they don't accept you, peace out, which is why I'm still here, because this organization accepts all of me. Do we agree on everything? Nah, we don't. But I love this organization, so I get you on that one.